You can't really
Yeah,
trust the women these
I
days
agree.
because you might think she's going to take it, or you might think she already tied her tubes or something.
But she-
and the next day you just hear, Pascal, look at you, you know.
Yeah, that's for
what
real.
you hear, and it's going to be crazy.
But what really is your take with the idea of having men also have like a sperm block or like something to avoid making a woman pregnant?
When you're trying to prevent having kids, all of the responsibility shouldn't just be put on a woman.
However, do you think that men are excited about this or appreciative of the fact that they also have to? Because for the longest time, they fought so that they wouldn't be the ones. So do you think that
So what exactly does he do? Does he stop them from
Blocks.
releasing sperm? I feel like if he stops the sperm from coming out,
Yes.
men will be so angry.
Yes,
because
they'll
men
freak out.
brag a lot about how
They'll
they are
freak
going
out.
to spill it well, baby.
Yeah,
I come
they
a
do.
lot.
Know why
So
they like
much.
it, because if you give it back to them like they should, like, they don't ever want to take
No,
it
I
back.
think, and some girls too like the sperm of men, you know.
Secretion is the word, not
Yeah.
excretion. Do you're not?
No,
Trust
but
me,
if
it's just a sexual
if there are
thing.
people who like people to pee on them, there are definitely people who like.
Yeah, no, that's why I
You
said
know?
it's a sexual.
Yeah, it's a sexual
it's a
thing.
Kink. It's not like you wake up now you want to drink a glass of. Come on. Hey guys, it's Just My POV. Last week we were talking about friendships, manipulations, and wisdom or intuition. If you missed it, make sure that you go check it out because there's a whole lot for you to pick out from or learn from. This week, we're talking about something very, very important as well. Something that a lot of us want to talk about, but for some reason, I mean, for the babes, we don't really get the chance to talk about it. And the guys are kind of like avoiding it. They're like, no, never, let's fight and make sure that this does not happen. But the joke's on you, it's happening already. Kelvin, there was something that I saw on IG some time ago. I don't know, my phone does not recognize my face. Who it is? I'm too pretty, right? Yeah. Thank you, baby. My producer is dope AF. Trust me. Anyways, guys, so this one is about a new male birth control that blocks sperm for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and now they started human trials in Australia and a couple other countries, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
So you know how a lot of times, you know, the babes are the ones that are always gonna take contraceptives and what. But what really is your take with the idea of having men also have like a sperm block or like something to avoid making a woman pregnant or whatnot?
Yeah, so I think it makes so much sense that, you know, men right now, there are like things people can do to block the production of sperm. It makes sense because you're trying to prevent having kids. All of the responsibility shouldn't just be put on a woman, you know, because you might think she's going to take it, or you might think she already tied her tubes or something.
But
and the next day you just hear, Pascal, look at you, you know.
Yeah, that's for
what
real.
you hear, and it's going to be crazy because sometimes you don't even want to have these kids, and that individual is just going to pop out 9 months later, and it's like she needs support for the kid. It's good that these days, finally, at least you can do something to prevent these kind of things. It's just fair.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I get that part where you're like, you can't trust these ladies because even me, I'm like, you can't trust them. However, do you think that men are excited about this or appreciative of the fact that they also have to? Because for the longest time, they fought so that they wouldn't be the ones. So do you think that?
So what exactly does he do? Does he stop them from releasing sperm, or it's just, you know, fucks with the sperm a little bit? So they are going to ejaculate, but it wouldn't. I feel like if he stops the sperm from coming out, men will be so angry.
Yes, they'll
men
freak
brag
out.
a lot about how they are going to spill it well, baby.
Yeah,
I come a lot.
Yeah, are going
It's so
to
crazy.
freak
They will talk
out.
about no, men love their sperm a
Yeah,
lot.
and
Men
I
love
don't
their
even know
sperm
why
so
they like
much.
it, because if you
Yeah.
give it back to them, like they should, they don't
Yeah.
ever want to take
No,
it
I
back.
think, and some girls too like the sperm of men. You know,
No.
no, some people
Let me
swallow
help
that
you.
shit. Let's be
No,
for real.
no, they swallow it because it's sexual, not because they
Yeah.
like.
So I think it will spoil their
We
sexual
don't like.
life. Some
We
people.
don't like it. Trust me, I'm a babe. It's
Right.
like, okay, do you really want to just like another person's secretion is the word, not excretion?
Yeah.
Do you're not?
No,
Trust
but
me,
if
it's just a sexual
if there are
thing.
people who like people to pee on them, there are definitely people who like,
Yeah, no, that's why I
you
said
know?
it's a sexual.
Yeah, it's a sexual
It's a kink.
thing.
It's not like you wake up now you want to drink a glass of. Come on.
It's going to spoil something, but men love their sperm a lot. So
But why
if it's
don't
going to
they
stop
now
it from
eat that
coming
shit?
out, no, I don't think.
Exactly, that's what it gets. So that's when you were asking, like, oh, if did they stop it? And I'm like, I don't know. I've not tried it, and I'm not even a guy, so I can't tell. But to be honest, I feel like a lot of men feel like, oh, they don't want to do anything to tamper with their bodies.
Yeah.
They just want to be as they are, and because they
Yeah.
are perfect as they are. But then it's okay for then the babes to go and be taking contraceptives and to be doing is not
Yeah.
okay. This now brings me to my second conversation, which is about women and girls taking morning after pills, taking contraceptives,
Yeah.
doing, surgeries and whatnot. This is a crazy idea that you, as a woman,
Yeah.
when you have sexual intercourse with a man, you are left with the burden and the responsibility of what happens after.
Yeah.
While you were saying that, oh, because you cannot trust these babes, I absolutely agree, because you can't trust them. But then, to be honest, isn't it crazy that two people engage in a practice or in something,
Yeah.
and then one person is left with the sole responsibility of the outcome of that thing that two people engaged in? Isn't that really outrageous to think that you have the freedom
Yeah.
to feel that you have the freedom to walk away from a situation and leave it solely on the babe, and now still give her the responsibility of if she decides to keep it, which is safer for her, and then you now castigate her for that? Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
I feel like if you don't even want to have kids, if people don't want to have kids, don't
Engage.
like, don't engage in sexual activities
Without
without
protection.
protection. That's the reason why people have condoms, for crying out loud. That's the reason people have and that's the reason why they are going to tie something in down
Exactly.
there,
That's
so that
when
you
now.
don't get people pregnant, for real, because these men love the sex so much and they don't want to be committed to whatever comes after it.
But you know that this
don't.
also isn't just about, pregnancies, unwanted pregnancies,
Yeah.
because I know that people go crazy these days and they are just doing the most just so they don't get pregnant. But it's not just about unwanted pregnancies. It's also about STDs. It's also about
Yeah.
really crazy deadly viruses.
Actually.
You need to take care of yourself. And I know that now that this whole idea of, blocking the sperm and then, has come out, and there's also like a vasectomy. I know that a lot of people now feel like now they can freely just go ahead and have
Yeah.
unprotected
Unprotected
sex,
sex.
and then just be, you can transmit plenty diseases,
So many diseases.
and viruses to another person
Yeah.
who is, maybe clean or maybe safe. And for some reason, as much as this is supposed to be a good thing to be able to reduce the responsibility
Yeah.
of, having a kid or not, it also will open the doors for, these men are crazy. They will start to think of, so now I feel just shoot. Nobody go get belay for me now. Or even if the girl comes back and says that she's pregnant, I know say she dey lie. I know say no be my own pikin. But you just go ahead and be shooting here. What if you have like a serious STD? Or you have like something
Actually.
that's really deadly? So that's how you just go and pew, 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 pew.
I feel
all
like
over the
even
place.
if men eventually do something to stop from being active, that disease, you will catch it.
Yes, of
You will
course.
too catch it.
So-
And you will catch this disease. And men don't even really go to hospital. Forgive me, Lord, I'm not coming at men. But not a lot of them go to hospitals.
Yes.
These diseases will spread.
And you
It
know
will
what's
spread
funny?
a lot.
But another thing that I realized, that a lot of men think causes like sexually transmitted diseases.
One.
They think that is when they come inside the person. It's not about that.
Are you serious?
It's the friction. It's the movement.
Yeah.
It's the two
It's the
skin.
body
It's the body
fluid. Like
fluid.
every
The liquid of the babe and you.
yeah.
And the touching and the rubbing of the skin inside and on the
They are very
walls of the
comfortable with the
vagina.
idea of
All
unprotected
the yeah.
sex.
And I find that a lot of guys will just be like, oh, I hope you are clean. What's clean?
You're clean. Yeah, you're
What
clean.
is
Like, I hope you
clean?
don't have disease.
That's so ridiculous.
Was she going to tell you she has it?
No,
Uncle
but
brother, you
even
just join
it's
her.
not even about physical cleanliness.
Yeah.
It's about what's happening in your body.
Inside.
You have to take care of yourself. And like you
Yeah.
said, a lot of these men don't go for checkups like us. We women, we always end up going for checkups because
Yeah.
sometimes we have like maybe like a yeast infection or something,
Yeah.
and you kind of need to go. You also go for like pap smear. But a lot of these men don't even bother to check their prostate.
Yeah.
It takes like a real
long
situation
time, yeah.
for them to actually go and check it out. The carelessness.
Until they are almost dying, actually.
Yeah.
Because even I have a doctor friend who said this thing. It's like, I should always get tested. And when they are saying tested, people think it's just HIV. HIV is
No.
one out of how many infections that somebody can
Yeah.
have. For real. Like, so many men come to the hospital at the point of death. It's like when it have reached small for them to die, when almost everything is like fucked up, that's when they come to the hospital. And I wonder why.
Well, I think it's the recklessness and the carelessness and the fact that and the irresponsibility
Is
of
it that it
their
doesn't
own
pain?
health. No, so because their organ is outside. When you have any infection or because it's outside, it has air, it has the chance for air to blow it, to keep it dry. So it's not
Yeah.
moist. So the bacteria or like the virus or the fungus
Yeah.
doesn't grow so easily. It doesn't have a very conducive
Environment
for it to grow. But then for a woman, because it's inside, if anything goes in, it's like incubated, so it can grow, and then it causes so much discomfort that a woman
Yeah.
would get up and go and check. But these men, because it's outside and they can just whip it out, pee, and then just throw it back in, and then even if there's a rash, oh, they can just put like powder or like whatever, they can see it. So they don't see that it is a real thing until they've gone to have intercourse with a woman and now put it in her, and then she's now dealt with the issue. A lot of girls in relationships end up treating STDs over and over and over again. Over. I can't even talk about it. Like, I've also had relations with some people that after one time I'm like, bruh, why do I feel strange in here?
Yeah.
This is
Like,
so
what happened?
weird.
It's only you,
yeah,
uncle.
this is so
Now you-
weird. Yeah. But then
I
the
feel
guys
you.
don't know, and they don't realize that that's also another thing. When you're married, if you are cheating and then you go and have unprotected sex with your side chick or your girlfriend, your wife will always know. And it's because when you come back to her unprotectedly, she's
Yeah.
going to feel the difference of what happened before and what's happening now. Take it or leave it. A lot of men don't even know how I always know, but this is part of a way that we know.
If you must have unprotected sex.
There are other ways, but
Yeah.
this is just one
I
way.
generally don't agree to people having unprotected sex unless you both walk out of the same hospital with the same test results and you are sure that those test results are legit.
Well-
that's the only time you should have unprotected sex, because you
Yeah.
can't even trust your boyfriend or your girlfriend.
No.
Your boyfriend could be gay and fucking someone from probably just like a random site,
You can
unprotected.
see.
Think about it.
See, even if he's even straight or gay or whatever he may be, he
Yeah.
might just be promiscuous. And your babe too can just also be promiscuous. She might feel like you're not
somehow.
satisfying her enough and just want to test this other place. And what's the guarantee that that other place is not dirtier than what you have?
Yeah.
So as much as we like the idea of birth control, contraceptives,
Yeah.
morning after pills and whatnot, now that actually brought me back to this topic. A lot of girls, a lot of us,
Okay.
we're dating, or some of them, but a lot actually, end up dating maybe like married men.
Yeah.
While you are dating a man who's married, why are you having unprotected sex so recklessly that you now join the people that have to now take contraceptives for somebody who is married? I'm not trying to say, you get what I mean? I'm not trying
Maybe
to say,
it was sweet.
I'm not trying to say you can do whatever the fuck you want to
Yeah.
do. However, if you're going to engage in reckless sex like that, you should probably choose somebody that you probably can consider having a baby with. Otherwise, why are you engaging into something that you know you want no part of in such a way, in a reckless way? That's why there's protection. That's why there's also time. Like, so the idea of having like a sperm block does not give you the chance to be able to just be having reckless sex with somebody that you don't
Yeah.
plan to have children with.
Because that's what would actually happen.
Yeah, because that will happen. And you know that God is wonderful. He too, he used to do things very in not our
Yeah.
ways. He can just decide that is
I
that
honestly,
day.
I honestly wish that everybody was so conscious of their like health status, conscious enough that everybody is STD free.
No, there's
Think
no
about
such thing.
it. It's
Even if you're
possible.
conscious, wait, even if you're conscious,
Yeah.
me, I know men will be unconscious.
Like if imagine a world
Deliberately,
where
they
everybody
must
was
be
conscious
unconscious.
of their status. Like people can actually play around and nobody gets hurt. Think about it.
See, even if everybody in the world decides to be conscious, men will be unconscious for this reason. As long as it's a sexual thing, they will
I'm
be
just
unconscious.
angry.
They will choose.
I'm angry and
to
genuinely
just,
bothered.
You know why? Because okay, most of the times when like there's like a sexual intercourse or like in a
Yeah.
reckless place, I'm not trying to say that
Yeah.
babes don't initiate. Of course, we do sometimes.
Yeah.
But most of the time, now these guys and this guy no care. Even if you as a baby you're like, do you have protection? Well, I don't. And then they just
Sometimes
want
they
to.
even have.
That, yeah, and then
They
they
are
still
doing
don't
like as if
want
it's
to.
too far.
Yeah, because they feel like, oh, the sensation is much more when they don't.
Yeah.
Oh, the sense is sweeter. So you want to chop me the kind of chop that is now so sweet.
So
Your sense of entitlement is so crazy. Do you
I'm
know that?
screaming.
It's so outrageous. That's why you
Oh,
see that
God.
these girls, a lot of girls now, we have
Yeah.
condoms in our bags.
It's good.
That we do. I don't, because I don't
It's
engage
actually
in
good.
casual sex. But you know what I mean?
Period.
You know what I mean?
It's
like,
always good to have it
yeah.
on you just in case.
because
you know?
these niggas don't give a fuck. They don't
Yeah.
even care, and they're not trying to care. They're just trying to whip it out, have a good time,
Yeah,
and just fuck
suffer
off.
later. Because I don't know what else you want to do after you've enjoyed so much. Like,
No.
why risk healing? I don't think, do people heal longer than a month
From
like STDs?
sometimes yes, it's longer.
Longer
Sometimes-
than a month.
Sometimes
because
it's longer.
of 15 minutes. Like, you're not even so good that you're going to last for 1 hour.
No,
you would,
never.
You would
No,
do
forget
a
that.
quick nonsense and suffer for longer than a month.
How about-
sometimes it's even infections that you cannot even treat? You know,
no.
like it's never gonna go. It's going
There
to
are
live
some,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah. I think like HIV, of course,
Yeah.
like some like herpes.
Some
as
people
well.
even have what do they call it? Human papillomavirus. There are a lot
Like-
of people who, in current times, research has it that so many people live with it and they don't even
Yeah,
know.
they don't even know.
You just wake up. You eventually now maybe
It's just
maybe you
manifest one
try
day.
something with somebody. You now have
Yeah.
stuffs like warts
Or
and all
like
of it.
sores.
Those things are things you can't even have on a normal day unless your immune system is like compromised or you have HPV.
Yeah.
you know, and those things will eventually go. At least that one will eventually
No,
go safe. That's the worst part.
Herpes is there.
No, that one. Okay, herpes.
It's
Is it
there.
that one on the mouth?
What happens is just that when you're like under stress, maybe when you're like under stress,
Yeah, it
or
comes
you're
out.
depressed, or you have a fever.
There's a boy
It comes out
in our school.
Then it goes back. It's
It was
just
this
in
big.
you.
It was this big. It was like on his mouth, and everybody avoided him. Like he even sat down in the
But
midst of
his
people
might
and
just have
wanted to like
wait, but his
smoke
might
with
have
people.
been fever though.
Nobody cares. That fever lasted for longer than a month.
Okay, that's
as
not
long
fever.
till I left that school. This Oga had fever. This fever was so real.
So
I'm
you
sorry
see,
for him.
There's so many reasons I feel like a lot of people, especially men, should be more
Yeah.
careful. Also, I don't see the celebratory vibe that comes
Yeah.
with being a slave to your sexual urges.
For
I
real.
don't see it. Like there's so many things you can be known for.
Yeah.
Like you can be known for building businesses. You can be known
Truly.
for bringing up your children in a way that they are God-fearing. You can be known for being able to create or build things, like build stools, build chairs, build or
Yeah.
something. You can be known for that versus being known for just your sexual urge in a way that you just come out like this. Any girl can have access to you. Any girl
Yeah,
can just
it's
chop
not
you like that.
nice.
Think about it. Are you that cheap? Like,
Not me
don't
that said
be.
it. Did you
Don't
hear who said
be.
it? She said it.
I
It
did
was not
say it, but
me,
just
but
don't
it's the
be.
truth.
Don't be. That's just the
You
truth.
don't have to be
It gives
that
you
cheap.
respect. It
And
gives you value.
and if it's a girl, they actually know that she's cheap for doing that. So why do you know a girl is cheap if she makes herself available to
For
more
every
than,
guy.
and then
So
you're available
you,
to everything. And then
please.
you zero.
Let's just do better, like with them. I love the idea of having like a sperm block so that they can
Yeah.
manage who they decide to have children with.
Yeah.
I love that, absolutely, but I know that a lot of them are going to be threatened by this and feel afraid that their sperm is going to disappear. Don't
Yeah.
worry,
Or
it
their
won't.
mother will tell them
It will
that
not.
Choco, you are going to be impotent.
It will.
Don't take that vaccine.
It will happen. It will happen. Don't worry. It's a medical
Right.
research and it's going on now. So I hope, hopefully, it should come to Nigeria soon. Now, for the babes, I think that we should stop doing too much to try to impress these men. You can never impress him. If he gets you pregnant once and then you now take it out, and then he's gonna try to get you again and again and again,
have
and
you take it
expect you
out over
and
and over.
expect that same, reaction.
Cycle.
Although that is inappropriate, because how do you put the responsibility on someone else
Yeah.
who would rather have you with them 24/7 than you going away? What really are you thinking?
not
Are you
cute.
dumb? You know that this girl likes
She's
you and she
dumb.
wants you. Then you now go and have unprotected sex with her and come inside her and expect her not to try to tie you down with a baby, bro.
Yeah. Stop
Are you
releasing your
thinking?
seeds in people who you
Please,
do not
you
want
do not want to
them
have kids
to
with.
keep your kids.
You have
period.
to choose them wisely. Otherwise, use protection, wear a condom.
Yeah.
And then for the girls, please stop going above and beyond for people that you know you don't want to end up with or you can't end up with. Leave them alone. Use them as maybe just having fun, because they too want to have fun
Yeah.
with you. So you both have fun and move on. Just always protect yourself. Until next time.
Drops mic.